I went back and like that link I put in the notes. If you click that link, it basically sums up the whole previous two Secret Empire tie-ins leading up to this. Like involving that Emily Preston chick, and that's how I kind of caught up, because I was going to download the issues, but then I'm just like Deadpool and Preston beef, and then I got sent this link here, and it caught me right up, so it was pretty cool. I liked it a lot more after I read that link too.
I read the one where he killed Coulson because for some reason I just threw it on my tablet and I read it because it was a Secret Empire tie-in. So I was like, let me try it out, and it was good. But you know, I just, for some reason, Deadpool's just not someone like I look at him like a goof. Like he's a cool character, but I just look at him like a goof. So I never take him seriously. And
I read it for a while, like All New, All Different. I probably have the first 20 issues, but I haven't read it since then. So I have a little more background. But anyway, let's get going here. All right, how we doing, guys? This is Marvel Minute. I am Brandon, as always, joined by Trevitt. How are you doing, Trevitt?
Nothing much.
So we are bringing to you guys this week Deadpool number 34. So that won the vote. It was kind of a tough week to determine what books to throw up there. I don't always want to put X-Men Blue up there because that wins every time when that that goes on the poll. So we mixed it up with some things you don't usually find. Punisher was up there, and Thanos. I remembered all three this week. So how about that?
I was hoping Thanos was going to win. It was second, not a close second, but it was second.
Yeah, I know. That's like the I think second time we put it up there, and it gets a solid showing, but never enough to win. You know, and it's always hovering around 30%, which doesn't. So, but anyway, I mean, is Lemire still writing it? It's on what, 9?
Yeah, Lemire's still writing it. He's writing it all the way to issue 12.
So. Oh, all right. So yeah, that's his last Marvel work coming out, I think, right?
Yeah, the last ever.
So
off to DC.
Off to DC he goes. But this is not Jeff Lemire. This is Deadpool 34, winner by a pretty substantial amount this week. So Deadpool still has a big following out there, I guess. A bunch of people buy this book, or at least follow it digitally, because I don't see it in the poll pictures that pop up too often. But
me neither.
Yeah, we got writer Jerry Duggan, pencils by. We got a hell of an art team this week again. I'll probably again get half the names right, but Matteo Loli and Mike Hawthorne, they're on pencils. Christian Dalla Visaha. Vicia, I don't know.
Vecchia
and Terry Palat are on inks, and then colors are Ruth Redmond. So I know I at least got the person that does colors and one of the pencils right. So 2 out of 5. If we were playing baseball, I'd be all right. But other than that, is Marvel Comics production, and we'll get into our blurb here and tell you what we think about Deadpool 34 and if you should buy, borrow it, or forget it altogether. I think this is the first Deadpool book we've had on here, at least since we've been doing things together. I might have done 1 or 2 when I was soloing it.
I think you are correct, because I don't think I've ever read Deadpool up until this point.
Yeah, so this is our first Marvel Minute Deadpool in a long while. It's a Secret Empire tie-in. So here we go. What do you do if you find out? Oh, fuck. I'm like Eric here. I can't read my own blurbs. What do you do if you find yourself unknowingly and unwillingly tricked into working under Steve-O Rogers, who then duped you into murdering a close friend / ally? Well, Deadpool is about to fill us in on the ins and outs of that situation in this arc here, and let's just say things are getting ugly for him. Unbeknownst to Hydra, Deadpool is on a quest to take down Hydra Cap, but also has a hell of a lot going on in his personal life to deal with first. Does Hydra offer vacation days? Next on the Marvel Minute. So yeah, we got Deadpool. He is working for Hydra, but kind of betraying them at the same time, like just doing busy work and not really doing what he's supposed to do. Who's this guy at the start of the issue here? Do you know him? Does he have a name, or is he just some clown?
I have no clue who he is. I think he might just be.
Because I think Deadpool mocks his name later on, but I don't know what his real name is to really get the joke. You know what I'm saying?
Me neither.
Okay. You've been a little more into the Secret Empire stuff than I have. I've just read the main series, so I don't know if this guy has been like in the Steve Rogers book or anything.
No.
I'm okay. Because he looks flat out ridiculous, like it's a Cobra Commander mask with the mouth cut out and an opening, with giant red bug eyes. Like he looks a little over the top, and Deadpool doesn't take him seriously at all. He walks in the room saying he's finally picked up one of the big fish, and this is Trapster, Paste Pot Pete, whatever other name he goes by. Not a big fish, so to speak. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely not.
And Deadpool is also naked and looks like he's covered in honey, with his mask honeyed over his jock. I don't really know what's going on here.
Oh god.
Yeah, so you see Deadpool's naked, scarred up body there. Not a bad start. And then he comes Jesus, could you make a little more noise? Jesus Christ. Anyway, Deadpool goes walking outside here. He's bringing Paste Pot Pete or Trapster. He's bringing him to jail. And this Hydra guy, who we don't really know the name of, is telling Deadpool, listen, enough of these clowns. I want you to get me Maria Hill, which is the gist of his motivations moving forward here. And then we suddenly well, go ahead, man. Sorry.
No, I was just gonna say, I like that. You said he looks like Cobra Commander. The Deadpool makes the Cobra joke.
Yeah, that's what made me think of it a little bit too. But I don't know if this dude's name has something to do with Cobra, or so that could be part of the joke. I don't know. But yeah, Deadpool does kind of make a Cobra Commander. Maybe this guy's goes by, Hydra have sometimes snake-related names, or the Serpent Society. I don't know. But anyway, then we is this a flashback, or the art changes here, and they don't really give you a timeline of when this happened, so it's weird.
And they make it a point, like, in the regular story it's colored regularly. In this, it's only black, white, gray, and red. Yeah,
I think this is almost like what Deadpool was dealing with before he got Trapster and really started, full on just doing these side missions for Hydra. That's what I took out of it. I don't know, because things like colored black and white usually are past events. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But anyway,
because he killed Coulson, they got into this fight, so it had to happen around issue 31, 32, 33 or something like that. It had to happen around then, because that's when he killed Phil Coulson. So maybe this is a flashback of like a couple issues ago or something, or they're just showing that they got into a fight.
Yeah, because last issue she was like picking up on the fact that Deadpool was lying to her, and she started like hunting him down to really get it from his mouth about what happened to Coulson, because she knew something was off. And this is when she catches up to him, I guess.
Did it look like this? Did it have like this coloring in the last issue when they dealt with each other, or is it just this issue?
I just read like a very detailed summary online. I didn't thumb through the issue or anything, to be honest with you. I just know the events that led up to this moment. So I mean, really the majority of this second act and a large chunk of the issue is, Emily Preston and Deadpool just going back and forth with each other and slugging each other. She's a longtime friend to Deadpool. She's his daughter's caretaker. So Deadpool goes over there to visit all the time. And she happens to be an LMD. She was killed by a zombie George Washington and in some event way back when. Yeah, she's got a crazy history. And her consciousness was put into the LMD through Shield Tech. And she still worked for Shield, and she still has her family and everything. Because Deadpool, Yeah, because Deadpool helped get her into this body. She's like, you know, paid him back by keeping his daughter safe and stuff. So that's basically the sum of their relationship here. So it's really a big emotional moment that they're going back and forth with punches here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's really weird. Like that she's a friggin' life model decoy. Like even if her consciousness is imprinted on it, it pretty much is like just a copy. So it's not like actually her, but technically it is her.
Yeah. Well, it's the whole consciousness thing, and she's in essentially the same body she was in before. So, you know, you can just basically say it's the same. In comic book world, that's basically just the same person come back to life, you know, I guess.
Yeah, Black Ant is like that too. He's a life model decoy.
Yeah. So that's what we got going on here. Deadpool is just getting his butt kicked all over the place. He's taking blows. He's really in bad shape, and they're going back and forth talking. You know, I'm trying not to swear because my daughter's rolling around here, and then she's going to interrupt me and slap my hand and all that nonsense going on. She starts approaching him when she really thinks she has him on the ropes. And Deadpool mentions as he's got this grenade pin pulled off in his hand that, you know, you should have never got close, which is basically like a double entendre, a double meaning there, stating that, you know, she should have never got close to him as a person. And ever since he's tried to go good, things just keep blowing up in his face. And also meaning, you know, you should have never got close to me here in this fight because now we're both going to be blown to pieces. But yeah, you got anything to add there?
Well, when I saw this happen in the book, it was I wanted to go. I flipped back a couple of pages to see if, you know, the artist decided to like put in a moment that you like, you know, that you wouldn't notice, maybe in a smaller panel where he like grabs the grenade or something.
Yeah.
But I didn't see that at all.
Yeah, no. Deadpool's always got. Yeah, he's always got a ton of grenades and bombs and stuff in his pouches, I guess, because he pulls them out all the time. But anyway, you know, I really like the art in this part too. It's like this black, white, and red thing going on, and the only things red are the sky in the background at some points, Deadpool's costume, and Preston's lips. Pretty cool touch.
Yeah, this looks great.
Yeah. But anyway, this grenade goes off. They both get blown to pieces, and then you get this big black page with some, you know, binary writing on it, and then some computer programming lingo that basically states the LMD is booting back up, and Deadpool puts a total pause to the reboot, and we turn the next page, and we see, you know, a really in rough shape looking Deadpool, all scarred up and his costume's all torn to shreds, carving up the, yeah, he really does. He looks like a zombie, carving up the life model decoy to pull out the power core. And he you know, they're still talking a little bit. She wasn't supposed to come awake at this point in time. Like Deadpool put a stall to the process, but it booted up anyway. So it's even a little more brutal than it's supposed to be. But when he pulls the power core out, she passes on or powers down. And then it looks like he also pulls this black part of the machine out. And I think that's the, you know, memory drive or hard drive.
Like our consciousness or something.
Yeah, that's what it's stored on, I'm pretty sure. Because if you've read Deadpool 2099 at all, which is, you know, like the future of where Deadpool's going, Preston is still around.
Is that a book? Like, was that a book?
It was coming out every 6 issues. So every 6 issues of Deadpool, the regular series, was one of the 2099 issues. So it came out over a period of time. Yeah, I don't know if they're still doing it or not. I haven't paid super close, but I did read most of those ones when they were coming out because I thought that was a pretty cool concept. But
forever. I remember in Apocalypse Wars where they were like at the end of time, and you know, he was one of the only people alive with Apocalypse.
Yeah, I don't think he ages. Like his healing factor just is like Wolverine. Like they just go on and on and on. You know what I'm saying?
Forever.
Immortals. But the next scene we get before the art changes back to normal is Deadpool wheeling just a box into a closed, I don't know, like a FedEx or UPS place. He blows open the door with his gun. And he's like, listen, ship this to this place. I've double checked the address twice. And if anything happens to this box, I'm going to kill you.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
He doesn't tell us where he's shipping it to, which is interesting. So I don't know where this is going. Maybe couldn't be to the family's house. That would be too crazy. I think it would be going back to S.H.I.E.L.D. to put it back together or something. I don't know.
Did you see the signs on the door and it says "ship your pants," like shit your pants?
Yeah. That was a TV commercial, wasn't it? It was like some Sears or something. The Kmart commercial, I think it was. Some shitty company, like going out of business, that they had that.
Or what do you
we'll
think?
Ship your pants. It's like, oh boy.
When he first gets to that counter, what do you think it says on that sign on the wall? Because it ends CKING. So like, what? How many possibly combinations of words end with CKING? You know?
Yeah.
It's like looking everything from something to judge. Or something.
Yeah, I don't know what that means either. I think skunks to fudge. Is that what it's supposed to be? Because you would never want to ship a skunk. Why would you want to ship fudge? It's going to melt in the mail, you know?
Fucking everything from skunks to fudge.
Yeah,
that's fucking hilarious.
There are a lot of good jokes. There's like some funny quips and one-liners in here. The humor's pretty good. I liked it.
Yeah.
But after he drops his box off, he then goes back to the Preston residence, so like her family's house, because they watch his daughter. And Deadpool takes his daughter back with him to DC, I think is where he lives, in that area right now. So his daughter doesn't really want to go, but she ends up tagging along, and Deadpool takes off. He still looks all jacked up, like
yeah.
In that bottom panel when she's on the motorcycle hanging on to him, his mouth, he looks all zombified again.
He does. Why is his mouth open like that?
I don't know. I've never rode a motorcycle. I hate those things, but I know you don't want to ride down the street on your motorcycle with your mouth dangling open. You're going to be getting flies
bugs
and mosquitoes and shit in there.
Yeah, fuck that.
Anyway, the art goes back to normal here. We're back with Trapster and Deadpool. They've arrived at the jail. They're going to drop Trapster off at, and now we get the hint that this is all a big setup between these two. So Trapster jacks up Deadpool in a staged fight they have. Deadpool makes it look like Trapster gets the upper hand on him. And then these random just, thug Hydra guards come strolling in the classic goofy Hydra uniforms. So they're going to get dispatched in no time. You know what I'm saying?
Those uniforms are really freaking goofy.
Yeah, they start getting glue gunned by Trapster. I don't know how else to explain this weapon he has. It shoots goo. It looks like a thing you have on Double Dare or something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think it is glue. I think that's what he does. I think he shoots glue at people.
Yeah, so he starts gluing these Hydra guards, and Deadpool is playing dumb at this one point. Tricks this final Hydra guard into getting glued, and he takes off. He's got bigger plans in mind and runs to this computer room to find out. This part's a little confusing. I think this is what happens here. He finds out where a prisoner he needs is, and that happens to be this dude named Blackout. So then Deadpool goes to track down Blackout after knocking out Trapster with like this erase your memory drug that he gives him.
Which is hilarious because the whole time Trapster thinks that it's like a sanctioned mission. He's like, "You gonna call Steve Rogers?" He thinks he's gonna get paid and be like a Hydra hero.
Yeah, every time they did like another part of the plan, Trapster's like, "Are you gonna call him yet? You gonna get me paid?"
Yeah.
Like,
he's like, "Trust
did
me,
I
man.
get
like, I lie to you?"
Yeah. In the long run, Deadpool knocks poor Trapster out. So now Trapster's stuck in this Hydra jail. And he tracks down Blackout, but that's the end of that. Like, you don't see him get Blackout out of there. I would assume he stashed him somewhere so he can come get him later. You know what I'm saying? Or something like that, or got the information he needed. I don't really know what happened. They don't show you. What would your guess be?
I think I don't know. You know, if he did stash them away, where did he put them? You know, because they're still in the prison.
I know.
So,
and he's walking out alone, and Blackout would still be in there unless he's got some. Because Deadpool back in the old days would have that invisibility thing, wouldn't he? Or he would just teleport. Maybe he teleported him out of there.
Yeah. Maybe he could teleport him through a wall. You don't see him do that much nowadays, but maybe he could do that. I mean, used to be part of his power set. I remember when I used to play Marvel's Ultimate Alliance, that was one of his powers. He could like short-range teleport.
I love that game. That was one of the best PlayStation 2 games. Yeah.
Yeah, that game was awesome.
Off the heels of the X-Men Legends games that I love too. Those were sweet games.
I never got to play those, but I always wanted to.
If you try to find them now, they still cost like $40-$50. Like you're not getting those bucks used at GameStop.
It's like GoldenEye, like the popularity. Like GoldenEye is still like $50, which is insanity.
Yeah,
64 games.
I know our Mario Kart 64 game broke. Ask Mommy, McKenna. Mommy will put it on. I'm doing something right now. I can't do it. Okay. We broke Mario Kart 64. Like one of the little chips in the cartridge came out, so it won't work. And you go to the video game store to try to buy it again, and that's a full price Nintendo 64 game.
Yeah, that's expensive too. All the real popular classic games, even like certain Zelda games, they're like ridiculous. Like, same price that they were when they first came out.
Yeah, I got like the M-rated copy of Conker's Bad Fur Day. You can sell that on eBay for like $70.
Oh Jesus Christ!
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what I think. Someone in the Gift Fresh crew actually told me that. Anyway, maybe I'm lying. I don't know. Sometimes I make things up. But what I did find out yesterday, back to this Blackout dude, is he has Dark Force dimension powers. Now, I'm not really entirely sure what that means. But from what I understood, from what I read, like doing a quick wiki search, is like he can literally access the Dark Force dimension whenever he wants. He can like use Dark Force energy blasts and shit like that. So this Blackout has that type of power set. So I'm wondering if Deadpool is going to start sneaking some heroes out of this Dark Force dimension.
Yeah, because he thinks like he feels like he backed the wrong horse with Steve Rogers.
Yeah, he was basically tricked by Steve into backing Hydra. He didn't really know when he was sent to kill Collison that Steve was Hydra yet. And it was after he killed him that he found out. And that's that. Since then, he's stayed working for Hydra, but wants to kill Steve.
Okay.
And
he's got Dark Force.
Yeah, you looking it up?
Yeah, he's got Dark Force. He can manipulate it, so he could probably do whatever he wants.
I think, this is just a wild guess on my part, but I think Deadpool's going to try to start getting some heroes out of that Dark Force dimension, evening the odds, and then go after Steve. You know what I'm saying? Or set a trap or something.
Yeah.
So that's where I think this is kind of headed, which is pretty interesting. In the end, Deadpool, used Trapster as a pawn all along. He leaves a memory listen in the Hydra prison. And the issue concludes with Deadpool leaving the prison, stating to that goofy Hydra villain from the beginning, yeah, I'm going after Maria Hill. Don't worry about it. While under his breath stating he's going to use Maria Hill to basically lure Steve Rogers out of, into probably some public forum so he can capture him, kill him, do whatever, and, add Deadpool to the list of people that want to get rid of Steve. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know. Did you still reading about Blackout there? Isn't he crazy? I've never really heard of this dude in much detail besides that he's like a joke villain,
His power is insane. Like he can create portals to and from the Dark Force dimension. He can use the Dark Force like a Green Lantern ring. He can make constructs and fly. Like he could do. He sounds like super powerful, but the only problem is that it makes him lose his mind and it drove him to like a catatonic state. But,
he looked like he was in now this is a Hydra prison and they've got a bad guy locked up. So this is weird because, they're using the Dark Force dimension to keep good guys locked up. But I think this is why this Blackout dude is because he's a threat to what Hydra wants to do. You know what I'm saying? They don't want him even toying with any of that.
He's a high threat because he could probably take that dome down. So
yeah, yep. So I think that's kind of what's going on. That all seems very cool. The last page is just a preview of the cover for next issue and some of the signs in the background. I just wanted to mention it for this reason because one of the signs is like Deadpool saved us all, so you get the hint that Deadpool, you know, is trying to reverse the favor of things in the hero's side, not Hydra side. Even though he's one of the Hydra Avengers, you know what I'm saying? And then there's this other sign that says this is totally how Secret Empire ends. I thought that was pretty funny. And he's got Steve like strapped to the hood of this old school like parade car. You know, I don't know what it is. Looks like some sort of old Chrysler or something.
The funny part is now he wants to stop him, but like he's conning them into like letting him have access to him like this.
Yeah. Yeah, so I mean, even the summary in the beginning of the book was really enough of a story recap to get you caught up and up to speed about what was happening here. It's a little jarring when you hit that art change and you takes you a minute to really figure out what's going on. And if you don't know who this Emily Preston girl is and have any background on her, I can see why you would be a little lost in all this because they don't fill you in on any of this. Like Deadpool is a lot like the Harley Quinn book where it's firmly in its own world of continuity. Did I say it right?
Continuity.
Continuity. And basically, you know, it doesn't hold your hand as you jump into an issue. So you're going to have to do a little bit of research to get, you know, everything out of the issue. But this is a really good tie-in to Secret Empire. If you're reading the main story, you get some background on Deadpool's stance on things because you've seen him pop in and out of there a couple times on Hydra's side. So you see he's not fully in support of Steve Rogers, and that's cool. I don't know. I really enjoyed this issue, and I think I enjoyed talking about it a little more than I enjoyed reading it by myself, too. So I'm going to lean towards a buy for this. I really like the art. The story was cool. I had to do a little work to fully enjoy it, but after I did that work and read it again while I was, you know, creating these notes, I'm like, wow, this is really kind of cool. There's a lot going on here. I wish they gave you a little more info on Blackout. Like I didn't have to do all the legwork as far as that goes, but I think that's because it's just, you know, our guesses might be leaning towards what Deadpool's planning on doing, so they don't reveal it all here.
Yeah.
But I really liked it. Jerry Duggan had a good sense of humor, and you know, nothing felt too dialogue heavy and you know, serious, even though there was serious stuff going down here, and it was a good mix of everything. And the giant art team did an excellent job. So I'm leaning towards buy. What are you looking at?
I really enjoyed it. I thought it was funny. It was good. It had some action. I really liked the art, both art. I liked the art in the normal story, and I liked it when it flipped to the black, white, gray, and red stuff.
I'm a sucker for that. I like when they do it for Bills highlights a lot on the Bills website, but all blue. So just like their jerseys are blue and everything else is black and white, and it looks awesome.
Yeah. I used to have a camera setting on my phone that did that, so you could take a picture and it would just highlight all the blue colors in the room. It was great.
I love that.
Everything
I'm
else
a sucker for that. So yeah, that was really cool.
Yeah, me too. I used to take pictures with that freaking filter all the time. But no, I really had a good time with it. I read issue number 31 when Coulson died, just to check it out because there's a Secret Empire tie-in. And I gotta say that the funny thing about Secret Empire is I think it has like the best tie-ins of any event ever. They're all so good. Like Doctor Strange is good.
They're really
Deadpool
taking advantage of the premise more than the main story is. I feel like that's why.
Yeah, they really are. It's very, very good. Like they're all benefiting from this event. The only thing that's not benefiting is the event itself. But
well, and it's a shame too because a lot of people jump off of books just because it's a tie-in and they're not reading the event. They just don't want anything to do with it. So I think, in a lot of cases, some people are missing some good stories with their favorite characters. You know what I'm saying? Or something.
Even in the case of like say X-Men Blue, for instance, which has a tie-in, but he's using the tie-in to to further his own story anyway. So his main storyline's not taking a break because of the event. He's just weaving it into his story, and they're all pretty much doing that, and they're doing a great job.
Yeah.
But in this
they're
book
the opposite
is
of the Civil War II.
Yeah,
they're the opposite of the Civil War II tie-ins.
Yeah, most definitely, because the Civil War II tie-ins weren't that great, or they were just boring, or they just tried to be about the event. Nothing really happened because, not that great. But you know, this makes me. Jerry Duggan does a great job on All New Guardians of the Galaxy. I love that book, and reading this book makes me want to go back and maybe test out issue 1 all the way to 30 because if it's this well balanced and this. It's funny. It's got everything you want. Keeps my attention. Doesn't make me want to fall asleep while I'm reading it. So it's definitely worth checking out. It's a buy for me too.
Yeah,
it's a really good book. And I'm not one to be inclined to read Deadpool. I kind of look at Deadpool like Harley Quinn, like a goof that I really just don't care about. But this makes me change my mind about that.
Yeah, I agree with you. And usually my problem with the books is. The Harley Quinn and Deadpool books is that the other characters, like their guest star characters, are always then goofy too. And they make characters that aren't goofy like Goofy, and that's what drives you crazy about it more than anything
I hate
else.
That shit.
Yeah.
And it seems like it exists in its own little world, and I don't like that either. I like that being belong to the larger universe.
Yeah, me too. But yeah, this is the Deadpool overall, the book overall, since All New, All Different is kicked off, and that's where the #1 in this series stems from. Has been very good. I've read a lot of it, probably up to issue 23 or 24, and I stopped at when the $10 issues started. I didn't do any of the $10 Deadpool issues when those started happening. Is when I jumped off. So
I read some of the Deadpool and the Mercs for Money, the one by Cullen Bunn. I really enjoyed that one.
Yeah, that was good too. I read that until it got renumbered at #1 again. So there's always been a reason for me stopping where I've been at the Deadpool books, and it's not been because they were bad. I've always enjoyed what I've read. So this is more of that. So we recommend you guys buy it. That's going to be it for our Marvel Minute this week. If you guys are looking for us, you can always find us on Twitter. I'm at bmer3660. Where are you at, Trevitt?
You can find me at Afronaddict, and I wish it had some numbers at the end of it because I always feel like, I don't know, after I say it, I'm just like, man, it'd be cooler if it had some numbers or just end better.
Yeah, I didn't want numbers. I tried just regular Beamer, and it was taken, I guess. So I had to put numbers. Those are the numbers I always use.
It always feels weird to me after you say your Twitter handle and it has the numbers, and it feels like that's like a proper ending to a Twitter handle for some reason to me, and I just feel weird after like this little moment of silence after I just say Afronaddict.
Yeah, I'm the opposite of you. So, but that's it for us this week, guys. We got Marvel Madness coming up tomorrow. We're talking few more books for you, not Deadpool, so you're going to get 4 different ones, so tune in there if you want to hear some more Marvel talk. But we're out. McKenna, you want to sign out for us? Hopefully you heard that, and we are out of here, guys. Later.